if you experience symptoms or test positive, and forwarding that to mom.
Talk to your pharmacist or doctor if you or a loved one gets COVID-19. Know and Go, sponsored by Pfizer.
See the St. Paul RV Super Show at St. Paul River Center, January 16th through the 19th.
From the 612 Injured Traffic Center.
A little tight on 169 northbound Bloomington Ferry all the way over to Anderson Lakes Parkway. Rest of your roads, though, not looking too bad. We're seeing stalls still on the ramp from 36 eastbound to Hilton Trail. I'm Jeremy Scott, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score deep discounts and deeper sleep during Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Take up to 60% off select mattresses and more. Plus, get a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Shop today for free and fast delivery. Restrictions apply.
Hey, you guys. I'm Catherine Legg. I'm a racing driver who's literally driven everything with four wheels across the planet. And I've got a new podcast. It's called Throttle Therapy. This season, I'm gearing up to make history, competing in some of the world's most notorious racing events, starting at the Indy 500. Listen to Throttle Therapy with Catherine Legg on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Throttle Therapy with Catherine Legg and start listening.
Worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. The Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
Good morning. It's cold outside. It was like 5 degrees below zero right now.
Let me check my Doppler.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, she's touching her boob. She licked her finger. She's putting it in the air.
It is approximately 4 with a wind chill of -30.
You're going to get us kicked off the live stream already.
We are on the live stream. Yeah, check us out on the live stream. You see how Jenny checks the weather. Go to YouTube and then just search Dave Ryan Show. And we are on video in color. Technicolor.
Check
it out. It's amazing. Everybody's talking about the Vikings game last night. When you go into work today, your friends are going to say, oh, how about those Vikings? Mm-hmm. And so our question is like, oh, yeah, how about those Vikings? But what time did you turn them off last night?
I turned the game off halftime and then turn it back on fourth quarter. Turn it back off halfway through.
Yeah, we were about beginning of the fourth quarter. Use the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app.
All the way to the end because my husband is the chef for the Vikings. So our vacation for next week relied on this game 100%. So I was excited to see that unfortunately the Vikings lost. But to us, it's a good thing. We don't have to change our vacation.
Okay.
Cool, though. The chef for the Vikings.
That is kind of cool. What time did you turn the game off?
I was born and raised in Minnesota. Lifelong Rams fan. I turned the game off when it was fourth quarter and the clock was all zeros.
Oh, you waited till the very end. Yeah. Carson went to the game last night. He's my son. He lives in L.A., and he had tickets for the game, but then they moved it, so he drove to Phoenix to watch the game. And I texted him a while ago. I said, what time did you stay till the very end? I'm going to guess he probably did because he didn't have to get up for work or anything.
Sat in his chair just by himself, mad after everyone left.
What time did you leave? What time did you turn the game off?
We stopped watching it after third quarter. Minnesota will never go to the Super Bowl because we don't have enough money in our budget to be able to send them to Super Bowl, let alone if LA did not have their fires going on, we were favored to win that game.
Now, there is a conspiracy theory that says that they handed the game to the Rams because because of the fires. That's the conspiracy theory. I don't think that that's true. But I don't know.
We'll believe it. We'll believe it when the Rams win the Super Bowl.
That's exactly right.
Then we'll come back and we'll be like, well, they told us.
Well, see. Another one.
We turned the Vikings game off as soon as Sam Darnold got sacked for the 5th time.
He got sacked 6 or 7 times last night. I got to give a happy birthday shout out to Connie. Connie says, happy birthday to me. I am your age, Dave. I am sorry, but thanks for listening, Connie. Glad you're listening. Text messages, we're -12. Feels like -30 here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, says Michelle, who's listening to the iHeartRadio app. Another one says, I turned the game off after the first touchdown. I think it was 3 minutes in. Yeah. It was like, I know you don't watch football,
right?
But I think on the Rams' first possession, they scored, and it was like, ugh. But then I told Susan, I said, a lot of the time, the team that scores first early, they think they've got it in the bag and they kind of relax a little bit. That did not happen.
Not yesterday. But every time you say that this guy got sacked, like, I don't know anything about football. You had to explain what sacked meant.
Yeah.
But I'm just imagining him getting pantsed, and that makes it funnier and more fun for me. So, like, he got pantsed 5 times in the first half.
That would be that should be a new play in NFL football, is not just you sack them, but you decide, I'm going to pants him. I'm going to pants him instead.
It's a good bit.
All right. Thanks for listening. We're commercial free for about an hour on KDWB. You're never more than 30 minutes away from that ultimate ticket, and you're never more than 3 minutes away from something magical happening here on the Dave Ryan Show. 3 minutes is the magical allotted time, so listen for 3 more minutes on the iHeartRadio app or on your car radio, wherever you listen. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay, Jenny.
Yep.
Take it over the show
I am.
with a little game of Lyric Shuffle.
Let's do it. Okay, you guys know how this works. It's going to be Vaughn versus Dave. I'm going to spin a wheel, basically, and you're going to hear a word you sang within 5 seconds, and you get a point.
And I'll keep score.
Thank you, Bailey. Very helpful. Okay, let's have Vaughn go first today, okay?
All right.
All right, here you go.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Stay.
I need you to stay, yeah. I do the same thing I told you that I never would.
Nice.
That's such a great song. My gosh.
We played
Kid Leroy?
Yeah, and Justin
played it
Bieber.
a lot back in the day.
Because it's iconic.
Tell ya. Oh. All right. Vaughn, 1 point. Here you go, David.
Yep.
Song.
Song sung blue, everybody knows one.
Good job.
Neil Diamond, thank you very much.
What
Classic,
year is
yes.
that song from? 1971?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Pull that out the vault.
Your mom and I both love that song.
I know, my mom does.
That's the song that they... Never mind.
What were you going to say, you smart ass?
No, nothing. You guys went skipping down the yellow brick road.
Okay, we are on to round 2.
We're tied.
It's tied 1-1. This is for you, Vaughn. Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Good one.
You're beautiful. Or another one that we played 20,000 times. These beautiful things that I've got.
Yes.
That one's a really good one as well.
Or it's a beautiful day.
Oh. Or it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do.
I
Bruno
love
Mars.
that song.
It's a beautiful morning.
Ooh.
Think I'll go outside for a while.
I am beautiful.
Oh, there we go.
In every single way.
Wow. There's a lot of them. Nice.
I like that.
Can I play the example that I have?
It's none
Because
of them,
literally, it's none of those.
What is it?
You're way too beautiful. Hey, Sean Kingston.
Sean
Where's
Kingston.
Stephen at?
Why are you looking at me like you don't know
I'm
what
trying
it
to
is?
hear it because Vaughn's shouting over the music.
So good.
Yeah, except for the suicide.
Yeah, except for that
a little
part.
weird. Yeah,
That-
you,
Didn't
yeah.
age.
you look back at some of those songs, you're like, ooh, those lyrics.
Sorry, such a banger.
Okay, Vaughn has 2. Dave, it's your turn. You have 1. Here you go. Treat.
Treat me right. Dee-dee-dee. Treat me right.
Good job. All
Thank you.
right. We're keeping it tight
2-2.
today.
This is probably the most intense round of this game we've ever played.
Yeah. Vaughn, this is your word. Party.
Party like a rock star. Totally dude.
Thank you. Thank you for adding that part in. Whoops. Sorry. Wrong button.
Also,
there.
party in the USA. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. There's
Or
a bunch of
party
these.
rockers in the house tonight.
Red Foo is so hot.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
Party.
Ooh, come on.
Bunch of them, yeah.
Party. Okay, Dave.
My turn?
Yep, we're on round 3.
Yeah.
It is 3 for Vaughn. Dave has 2. Here
That's
we go.
correct.
Caught.
Caught?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm caught up in you, little girl. You're the only one that set myself free. So caught up in you.
I do know that one, actually. It was on the BGSC soundtrack. That's
The
Bubba Gump.
what?
Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Don't try to make it cool by abbreviating it. She tried to make it cool so Dave could feel excluded.
BGSC.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Love it.
Okay, we're still tied at 3-3. We're on to the final round. We'll go to a tiebreaker.
Nobody's missed one yet.
Yeah.
No, this is crazy.
We'll go to the tiebreaker. If you guys tie once again, this word is for Avant.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Now you're going to jinx me, Dave.
Shake.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Nice one.
Man, these words are easy today, I feel like, for you guys.
No, I love it. Keep this going.
Okay. All right, Dave, you got to get this.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Father.
I won't be your father figure. Put your loving hand in mine. I won't be your preacher, teacher, anything. George Michael. Thank
Good
you
job.
very
Oh,
much.
I know. I know what that song is.
Goodness.
Wow. Okay. We have a tie on our hands. What we do next is I play a word and you both are up for the same word. Just chime in as soon as you know a song with the word
All
in
right.
it. Here we go. They.
Wow.
No.
This is embarrassing.
That wasn't planned or staged, I swear.
Let's think for a second. They say, I only hear what I want
Why
to.
would it
No,
work?
that's
That's
say
you
you.
say.
No, that's
Oh,
you
I thought
say.
it was.
No,
Wow,
that's
you
you
would have got me.
say.
I'd have been like, point.
They.
They.
Oh, say, can they see?
No.
That's my
no,
fave.
That's not how
It's on my playlist.
Yeah, it just doesn't go like that.
God, Bailey, you got anything?
I mean, these are the horses in your race, you guys. So I probably have a long list in my brain somewhere.
I
But
love
you
that
can't
analogy.
you can't name a single one.
I wasn't considering. I wasn't thinking I was playing.
You're not trying.
No,
yeah.
I'm not trying right now.
There is no
No, I don't
song that
know.
has the word "they" in it.
Never been one written.
No, that
I
never
don't
has.
know.
I'm going to Google what.
Nothing. I don't know.
Do you
I was
want me
just
to
saying
play
they don't know
one
as you two.
that has it in it?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I can play one that has it in
Go
it.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Yeah, 18. Oh, that's so hard, though.
Yeah, that's no. Give me another one. Us
Okay.
another one.
All right, this is your last chance. Otherwise, it's ending in a tiebreaker, okay?
All right.
Once
Out of
again,
words.
you're both chiming in when you know this. Skin.
Oh, I don't know how that Sabrina Carpenter song goes. Wow.
Nothing.
We were doing so good.
God, hard word. They and skin.
Mm-hmm. I thought they would be a little bit easier.
I mean, I had one, but it was musical theater in my brain, so I didn't.
that
want
would
to
have
sing it.
worked. That would have
Yeah.
been fine, though.
Give us
Anything?
Baby or something, Jenny.
Yeah, baby would be
Or
good.
hot.
Yeah, love, kiss would be a good one.
Hey.
No.
Hey.
I mean,
Do
we
they
know a bunch
say?
of those.
Do they say skin and like touch my body, put me on the floor, something
Maybe.
skin?
I feel like isn't there in the Ariana Grande song like skin to skin? Doesn't she say that at one point?
Oh,
Not
This is an actual example.
Okay. Who is that?
Coldplay.
You love Coldplay.
Yeah, I knew it. I just couldn't tell who it was.
Yellow. That's their song, Yellow.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
So
yeah.
that's the
Classic, too.
first ever
I think
tie. First
Yeah.
ever tie
Really?
on Lyric Shuffle.
so. Yeah,
Wow.
congrats.
So
to
a couple
both
of
you.
records were set then. The first ever tie in the history of Lyric Shuffle,
Yes.
and the most sacks ever in a playoff game. 9 sacks.
Look at
So,
Minnesota.
Look at Minnesota.
We
Look
got
at it
something
just
going.
setting records all over the place.
We're not just cold.
Here's one. Feel the rain on your skin.
Oh.
No one else can feel it for you.
People who are listening are way smarter than we are, so thank you very much for that.
Indeed.
Let's do Dave's Dirt on KDWB. Then we're going to get into group therapy. Let us know if there's anything on your mind, and we'll be right back on KD. We ain't going anywhere. We're doing Dave's Dirt.
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
From the sports desk, the Vikings lost last night. I think it was 27-9. They did get the 9 because they tried a 2-point conversion, and that just didn't work out. The Vikings just, I mean, if you watch the game, you know, it was never even a point where they were in the game through the entire game. And then one thing that I think that turned it around, they had a little momentum going, or they could have had it, but then the Rams quarterback got sacked. He fumbled. They called it a forward pass, which it was not a forward pass. Anybody could see it was not a forward pass, and then the Vikings just lost interest, and they all started playing Angry Birds on their phones on the bench. It was just so not good. This was pretty cool. Rachel Platten did Fight Song before the game last night, and I think she must be from Phoenix because it was kind of like, oh, Rachel Platten?
Why are you here?
Yeah, right. Why are you here? But it was really cool.
And all those things I didn't say.
She did a really good job. I mean, for somebody who's never played a crowd that big, and she was emotional, and I thought it was really nice. It was very beautiful. Toddler sensation Miss Rachel on her journey to being a beloved icon who started as just a mom in the neighborhood during COVID, and now she's Miss Rachel.
I noticed how much music bonds families and how it's wonderful for speech development. And when he had a speech delay, I really got interested in language development and how I could use media to help with language development.
And now she is huge. Stupid news, crazy viral moments that could have only happened in the 2020s. All right, let's check it out, see what we got.
I'm standing in a cage with 5 full-grown tigers in line.
Okay, let's see if the sandal is K.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Remember that one?
Easy if you try.
I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's cold.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to. Very demure, very mindful.
Oh, you gotta give it that hawk.
Diamonds under my eyes.
I kind of forgot about the corn kid.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the Hawk Tuah girl. Oops.
Didn't I tell you it wouldn't take long?
That's like everything on TikTok now is kind of like a finals credits of like a compilation of all the things that we learned on TikToks, very much so like this little compilation here. Good times.
The Grammy Awards are sticking with the schedule. They announced the ceremony on Channel 4 is going to proceed as planned on Sunday, February 2nd. They said this year's show is going to carry a renewed sense of purpose, raising additional funds to support wildfire relief efforts and honoring the bravery and dedication of the first responders who risked their lives to protect ours. They've already distributed over $2 million in emergency aid to those most in need. So far, about 24,000 acres have been burned. And as of last night, that fire is only 14% contained. They say about 100 musicians lost their homes in the Pacific Palisades fire. Benefit concert is planned 2 nights before the Grammys. A lineup has not been named, but has been anticipated. Many of the artists in town for the Grammys will be there. So that could be a huge, huge deal. And I hope it raises a ton of money. The Weeknd delayed by 1 week the album release of Hurry Up Tomorrow, which is going to arrive now on January 31st. And due to the fires, his concert to promote that album at the Rose Bowl has been canceled. Interesting story involving Ben Affleck and a drone. Did you hear about this?
Mm-mm.
So apparently somebody launched a drone to, I don't know, just to be annoying and get a better look at the wildfires. And it struck an airplane, one of those scooper airplanes that's scooping up water for the fire. And it damaged it. It didn't down it, but it damaged it to the point where it had to land. Well, it was launched near Ben Affleck's property, and they think that they caught it on his, Ring doorbell cam. So they want to see whether they can see exactly where the drone was launched from. Because you can't fly a drone where there are airplanes flying.
Yeah.
Duh. Rumors of Elon Musk spending part of his $432 billion net worth to buy TikTok have been greatly exaggerated, and I think today they are urging Biden to extend TikTok's deadline.
I call on President Biden and President-elect Trump to put a pause on this ban so 170 million Americans don't lose their free speech, and millions of Americans' livelihood will be ended if this ban takes place.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the only problem is it's owned by the Chinese government, and that's the big problem. I mean, that's one of our worst global enemies, and they have access to pretty much everything that they want access to.
So then they should also ban Temu and Shein, because those are also Chinese companies that are taking just as much data and whatever from us. So I'm just if you're going to ban it all,
but the
rather
bargains
than the
on
fun
Temu
one.
are like Temu.
Yeah, but I love TikTok. I don't want to get rid of TikTok.
I know. I'm sorry. All right, let's do Dave's Dirt. We actually did Dave's Dirt. Let's do group therapy on KDWB.
101.3 KDWB. The Dave Ryan Show.
Group therapy. Let's dive in with this problem. We're not going to say their real name, but we've got them on the phone right now. Do we have a fake name?
Yeah, we're going to call her Becky.
Hi, Becky, not your real name. Good morning. Becky, thanks for being on. Good morning. Yeah. You listen to KDWB, you hear group therapy, and then you wrote in because you thought, let's get some opinions here. Tell me what's going on with your family and your sister.
Yeah, so my sister is 26 years old, and she got out of an abusive relationship about 8 months ago. She started dating that guy when she was 17, and he was about 50. And
Now,
he
let's
was
stop for a
married.
second. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's not only illegal from what I understand, but also just weird. 50 years old, married, dating a 17. How did that even come about, Becky?
Yeah, so she actually worked for him. He owned some businesses, and she had like a job, just a part-time job when she was in high school.
Okay. And so, but the weird thing is, didn't you say in your email that he left his family for your sister?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep, he did, and he lost like everything in the divorce, and basically my sister had to end up supporting him, and then they broke up because he was super abusive and became like addicted to substances, and he's now living in, somebody's basement. So
At probably 55 or 56 years old. You never liked this guy from the beginning, did you?
Never. And my family didn't either originally, and we expressed that, and she just basically pushed us away and kind of just kept us out for a long time.
Okay. Well, let's move on to phase 2. So she gets out of this relationship. Good. Now there's another problem.
Yeah, so she started dating someone new, and he's also married. He lives with his wife and has a child. I'm just so beyond disgusted and shocked.
Does his
He's dating
wife
another
know?
guy now.
Has he told his wife about your sister in the relationship?
I don't think so. I doubt it. My sister has been really wishy-washy with, like, his status, and I don't trust what she says fully. Originally, like, sometimes she'll say, they're separated or they're going to file for divorce. They just haven't had time, like the courts have been full. And I'm just thinking that's not how it works. Like, you can file for divorce at any time.
So he's just kind of stringing her along.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So your question is, are you justified for feeling disgusted and angry, right?
Yeah, and I think the worst part is my family met him last weekend, and they're fully accepting, and I'm not.
And they understand that he's married, has a whole family and stuff.
Yeah, they understand that.
It's so bizarre.
And they just say, at least you didn't meet him online. That's such a bad way to meet people. And I'm just
Not really.
What? That's how most people meet people.
Right, yeah.
I was gonna say. Okay, so your question is, do you have a right to be disgusted and angry? And, people are going to have strong opinions for you, so we'll let you call in at 651-989-KDWB or text at KDWB1 and let Becky, not her real name, know whether she would disown the sister, not talk to her anymore, support the sister. Maybe your sister maybe she's not getting support from anybody else, and maybe
Right.
she needs some support from her sister.
Well, because she still loves her sister. So it's not
Right.
like her sister did anything to, scorn her. She's just making bad choices.
Very bad choices. What would you tell her? 651-989-KDWB. While we're getting some phone calls off the phone, we will do this for the ultimate ticket. Pull out your phone if you don't already have it in your hand and use that talkback feature to send in this keyword.
Microphone check. Your chance to win the KDWB Ultimate Ticket happens now. Talk back the keyword on our iHeartRadio app and tell us why you want the KDWB Ultimate Ticket. Show. That's show.
Okay, show is the key word. That means all you got to do is pick up your phone, tap the red microphone, and win the tickets for all of those big shows coming to the Twin Cities, whether it's Sabrina Carpenter, Miles Smith, Hozier. What if Hozier comes?
Mm-hmm.
What if Taylor Swift comes back? What if? You can win tickets for all of these shows, but you got to use the talkback feature, use the word show, and just say the keyword is show, and you're good to go. What would you tell this woman whose sister, she didn't say whether she's a big sister or a little sister, that she, when she was 17, was dating a 50-year-old guy with, I think, a family, And then
they got married.
He left his family for her. And then he became abusive, and he was just a loser and substance abuse, and now he lives in somebody's basement. That would put him in his mid to late 50s. Now she's seeing another guy who is married with a son. What do you think? Let's look at text messages. She should be disgusted and angry at them. The sister was clearly groomed and has been conditioned to accept relationships like this.
Yes.
I mean, it could be, but her sister, raised by the same parents, was not groomed to accept relationships like this.
But she was groomed at a young age. So, like, she was already groomed at 17 as she's developing still. So now she's in this, like, mindset of, like, this is what's normal.
Yeah, this is acceptable. And I said this, that, like, the men are, I mean, this is a two-way street. It takes two to tango. So it's not just the sister that we should be, like, criticizing here. It's also these, like, kind of skeevy dudes.
That know better.
Yeah, that know better, exactly.
Well, there's no way that any man who is 50 that would date a 17-year-old is a good human.
Right.
Because you have nothing in common except maybe lust, nothing in common at 17 and 50. Maybe you like the same Jim Carrey movies. Other than that, a guy who dates a 17-year-old at 50 years old, I'll tell you, that's enough. That's all I need to know about that guy.
I think it's insane that the parents on the second marriage are like, oh, this is fine. Because the first marriage, she was 17. How is she taking care of this man who
no kidding
was supporting a family and stuff? Like, he's a grown man, has all his wits about himself. How is this 17-year-old taking care of them?
Should she support her sister? What should she do? Text messages. I would definitely not support my sister, but I would actively urge her to get some help and see why she is seeking out these unavailable men, because I think that she might be seeking validation from a father figure. So I'm not sure what the situation is, but sometimes our behaviors are what they are because how we feel inside. Sounds like, this is another text message at KDWB1, sounds like she has the savior hero complex. She needs therapy, or she will continue to pursue unhealthy relationships. I think there's a lot of people who think, I'm going to change this person. I'm going to save them. Like, no, I don't think that really works.
Yeah, I like this text that says, you can't make anyone do different life choices. It's all on them. Best you can do is be there for them. You don't have to support her choice, but be there for her.
I think that you can definitely write. I mean, if it's that aggravating to you, you can definitely avoid your sister. There are certain people in families who's like, you know what? They are too toxic. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to listen to their phone calls. And I will tell you one other thing. I don't think the sister is ever going to change.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, this is an extreme example, but my sisters have dated people that I don't like before, and I have, like, voiced that to them, and we still, like, stayed close, but it was very hard for me to voice that to them because, like, I didn't want them to not be close with me. So I feel like this girl's in, like, a predicament of, like, she wants to be mad, and she probably doesn't want to be around her sister, but she cares about her sister. So how does she confront her? Like, you need to get your S together, stop dating these losers, and get help.
I think it's hard because I say this on the show all the time, I'm a big advocate for cutting off even family members, if you don't fit in my life. But this isn't necessarily affecting fake name Becky. Like, it's not like the sister's doing something to her. So it's like a tough
She's
situation.
just, like, concerned for her well-being.
Right.
So her basic question was, do I have a right to be disgusted and angry? Yes, you do. 100%. No matter what mom and dad tell you, no matter what your sister tells you, you absolutely do. Hey, if you want to do a group therapy, send us an email to ryanshow@kdwb.com. We can handle anything from relationships to work stuff, bad neighbors, anything like that. Send an email to ryanshow@kdwb.com. We're on YouTube right now. Just search Dave Ryan TV on YouTube. Watch us live and hit that notification bell so you know every time we upload. Vaunt is going to take a big fat ladle, stick it in the pot and stir it.
Yeah, baby.
Coming up next on KDWB. that song, Sabrina Carpenter, Bed Chem.
Did you look on the new and improved iHeartRadio app?
No, you can look at the lyrics on there. That's a really good idea. You can follow the lyrics on the new and improved iHeartRadio app. That song is spicy. Let me just say, that song is spicy.
Spicy?
But the funny thing, Sabrina Carpenter looks like some kid that your daughter goes to school with, like just another kid. And I know she's like, 25 years old?
Yeah. She's like, yeah.
She looks like she's about 16, like she's on your daughter's gymnastics team. But that song is spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I like the line where she says, "Come ride on me." I mean, camaraderie.
And that's not even the worst part. Wow. No. All right, it is KDWB, never more than 30 minutes away from winning the KDWB Ultimate Ticket. Right now, though, Vaunt, stirring that pot. What do you got, Vaughn?
I want to talk about overrated artists, and one in particularly, I think I'm going to cause some mayhem if you're a big fan. Bad Bunny. Way overhyped. And I know that there's a community. First of all, I feel like I'm disrespecting my Puerto Rican community because I'm half Puerto Rican, and he's like their god, essentially. But he was on Jimmy Fallon last night, and cool. He's great. Don't get me wrong. He's a great artist, just overrated. People think he's like, oh, let me worship him. I will fly to Timbuktu to go to his shows. And I'm just like, please knock it off.
I have a clip of Bad Bunny. He's in a subway, and he's busking with Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did a bit where Jimmy Fallon does this all the time. Celebs, they'll go in disguises in the subway and start doing like a random performance and then eventually reveal like, oh, look, it's Bad Bunny, look, it's J-Lo, blah, blah, blah. It's staged, whatever.
Yeah,
but
like most things on social media, yeah.
Those people in the subway aren't just random passerbyers?
No, because they can't be, at least not to begin with, because nobody in the subway is stopping to see anybody perform, because that's regular. That happens every day.
I stopped when I was in New York.
Because you're a tourist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you another one that I think is overrated. Cardi B. It's another one.
You're just coming for everyone.
Her whole, that whole bit, it's a lot, and it's annoying.
I used to have a button in that studio that you pressed it and it said, oh,
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's still in there or not.
Dave, who do you think is overrated?
Who's overrated? Well,
I know who he's going to say.
I don't know. I've always said Beyonce is overrated, but I understand I'm not really in her demo. I just think that she's overrated, but I think a lot of people do. I don't know. There's really nobody that really comes to mind.
Another one came to my mind. DJ Khaled. Why do people love his music so much? It's not even, he's producing it, but all he does on the songs is another one. That's it. And then he'll just walk around flashing his gold jewelry and nobody says anything.
He's the personality hire of rappers, I think.
Ooh,
you know?
Good analogy.
He really is.
Yeah.
He kind of comes into the room, very jolly kind of guy, and everyone's excited to see him, but he doesn't bring a lot musically.
I don't think DJ Khaled's up there with, well, I know for a fact he's not up there with the Bad Bunnies, but Bad Bunny could drop a quarter on the floor and people be like, oh my God, he's donating to the needy.
You could say the same thing with Taylor Swift. I mean, I like and respect Taylor Swift, but the Swifties, they're like a cult.
Yes.
She could fart into a fan. It would go, and people would be like, oh my God, did you download the new Taylor Swift fart?
They drop dead.
They would love it.
Somebody just texted, they said, I really wish Vaughn called out Sabrina Carpenter as overrated. I can't stand her mumbling, whiny talk singing. I love Sabrina Carpenter.
I do too. I like her music. It's really catchy. This one, Vaughn, listen. This text says, I know a lot of people get down on Vaughn or send in sassy comments that he takes to heart, but I want to go on record as saying Vaughn Stirs the Pot is probably my favorite bit that you guys do right now. That's from Aaron B. So
I love you,
there
Aaron
you
B.
go.
Wow.
She's in your corner.
Somebody's making fun of me. They said Vaughn say jewelry again. Am I saying it wrong? Jewelry?
Well, you say like jewelry. Jewelry. You have to say jewelry.
Say it.
Jewelry?
Yeah, well, now you said it right.
Yeah, that's a tough word.
But it just sounds like you're dropping the L.
I'll enunciate comfortable, because people just say comfortable.
Bedroom.
You do have it's not that you're saying the words wrong always, though. It's just your little Jersey accent coming out.
Water. We're drinking a cup of water.
Yep.
Whenever I see you and Alyssa together and she says water too, I'm always like,
You mean water, Jenny?
Text message, I agree, Vaughn. I hate Bad Bunny's voice. Nothing special, more annoying than anything.
Yeah, he's just an icon for Puerto Rico, which I'm glad, and that's great that they have that. Like, they have their Beyonce, but he's just not all that to be worshiping him and bowing down. Like, enough.
He's more than an icon than just Puerto Rico, though. It's like all like Latino countries, South America. He's huge.
That's what I'm saying.
There.
I say the same thing. BTS, they're great, but not worth all the hype that they get.
Are you just going to name everyone that gets played on KDWB now? You're just
I'm
going to
just
upset
saying.
all the fan armies?
No, because I said
going to come for you.
I said
for
Sabrina's
BTS.
great. I love Sabrina Carpenter.
But BTS, you don't really have much love for.
It's catchy. I just don't think it's worth like buying tickets to fly across the country for. Like, that's what it is for me.
Okay, gotcha.
It's nothing special.
Vaunt stirs the pot on KDWB. Here's a text message that says, I love Taylor, but I hate Swifties. That's kind of funny. And that is Vaunt stirs the pot on KDWB. I want to mention that we're never more than 30 minutes away from the ultimate ticket. Hang on, that's coming up at 8:10 this morning. I want to ask you guys a question. This is a serious question, and it's not that big of a deal. But, you know, I can marry people. I have the whole ordained thing, and I can marry people. And it's very common now. If you want to learn, get licensed to marry people, look up Universal Life Church online.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people that do it. I've got dozens of friends, or maybe not dozens, but a lot that are ordained. So I married a local person. I don't know them that well, but they said, hey, Dave, you can marry people. Will you marry me and my fiance? Yeah, okay, sure. And they wanted me to drive all the way to their part of town to marry them. And I said, I'm not going to do that. But if you come to my part of town, I'll be happy to do it. I mean, if you asked me to, Bailey, you're my friend, I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know this person that well. So I said, I'm not going to drive to you. You come to me. So they said, okay. They're very cool, very nice, very pleasant, respectable person. They gave me a $25, I think, Visa gift card as a thank you.
That's nice.
But it didn't work.
Oh.
It didn't work. There was no money on it. It was declined or whatever. Susan tried to spend it the other day. There was no money on the Visa gift card.
Did you activate it correctly and everything?
Susan's not stupid, so
Sure.
I'm going to guess she probably did.
Cool.
Do I tell this person there was no money on this gift card?
Man, how close are you?
Probably as close as me and Andrew.
Would you? Okay.
So we know each other, we like each other, but we don't know each other.
Would you wish them Merry Christmas via text on Christmas Day?
No.
Oh, man, I feel like you don't say anything then.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning toward.
If it was more than $25, I would probably say yes.
If it was something that we exchanged of value, you know what I mean? Like if I sold him like my PlayStation,
yeah,
and they paid me with a $100 gift card or a $25, then I'd be like, yeah, we exchanged something of value. But this was just a favor, and I don't mind doing it.
Would you have done it for free?
I would have done it for free.
Oh, so then
He thought he was doing it for free. Essentially.
No, I know. Yeah. So then I feel like don't say anything unless you want to just be like, hey, it was so nice to marry you the other day. By the way, this card didn't work. Anyway, have a good one.
I might do that, Bailey, because this person is a funny person, and I don't think they would have ever done it on purpose because that'd be a really rotten thing to do.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to guess it might have been a re-gifted gift card that somebody got for them.
They used it and they forgot.
But maybe they used it and they forgot. I don't know.
Did this person listen to our show because someone said that they legitimately give gift cards with no value on it because they know nobody's ever going to call them out for it? For like a wedding, a birthday. Someone called in and said that a couple months ago on the show. So you think they're stealing our bit from someone?
I don't think, Jenny, that they would go that low.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably just going to let it go because it's $25. I think maybe 50. I don't remember. And I'm fine with it was just kind of like a little bit annoying, you know? Because I expected to have
because you're
it.
like, ooh, $25, cool. And then all of a sudden, like, just kidding.
Somebody says via text message, they said, call Visa and ask them. That happened with a Target gift card, and somebody actually stole the number. We get a new card. Another one says, we give out Visa gift cards a lot at work. If the total is over $25, it'll get declined. It has to be a purchase of $25 or under. Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. They said somebody else did the same thing. If the amount was over $25, they won't work if it's over. I'll have Susan check into that. So what do you do with you buy something for $24.75? Do you not get your 25 cents back?
It should be on the card still.
It's all on the card.
Yeah, it's still on the card.
But then what can I buy for 25 cents?
No, you would just use the 25 cents and then you would that would go towards your payment.
Yeah, you'd still pay for the rest
It'd
with
be
like a debit card or cash or something.
It'd be like a coupon for a quarter off.
Okay, good to know. Thanks for that. It is KDWB on the Dave Ryan Show. 3 minutes is the magic number. Listen for 3 more minutes on KDWB. Something is always good going to happen in 3 minutes unless you're the Minnesota Vikings. Ouch.
Pew, pew.
Too soon, Dave.
Should we play
Let
a
it
song?
breathe for at least like 24 hours.
Should we play the Heidi Montag song or should we do a War of the Roses? What do you think?
I think we can actually do War of the Roses because I'm not sure. We haven't gotten a ton of requests for the Heidi Montag song.
Not a ton.
We didn't hear anything from our boss, though.
If you want to request it, you can let us know.
Okay. The story is Heidi Montag and Spencer are trying to push her music that she recorded in 2010. They're saying that if they push it, get it on the Billboard charts, they'll make some money, which will help, with their expenses for rebuilding their house from the fires. So we played it earlier. It's not good. It sounds like a bad Britney Spears 2010 kind of wannabe thing. Mm-hmm. But we'll maybe play it for you a little. I'll play a little piece for you just because now that we talked about it. So
a little hit of it.
If you want to, it's like
maybe we should play the other one next time.
Okay.
I'll do it or I can do it. What is it
it's called I'll Do It.
Yeah.
Here is a clip, a little hook from I'll Do It from Heidi Montag. I mean, completely unremarkable. But that album is #1 on, what did I say?
On
Either
iTunes.
on iTunes?
Yep.
Wow. All right. War of the Roses on KDWB. Well, that sounded wrong. That seemed like there was a problem there.
Can I stir the pot again? Is that what that means?
You gotta hit it one more time.
One more time? All right, here we go.
Are they cheating? Chances are, yep, they're cheating. But just to make sure, it's the Dave Ryan Show's War of the Roses on 101.3 KDWB.
Every War of the Roses is a little bit different. There's only one War of the Roses with Nick the Stoner.
True.
There's only one with Ronnie G. There's only one where somebody said they got abducted by an alien.
Oh, that was a classic, though.
There was one where somebody would put their phone behind boxes at a Target so their phone tracking, like Find My iPhone, would show them at Target while they were off cheating.
Let us not forget the Sprite bottle.
The Sprite bottle was another one. I think you're going to remember this one because it'll be the Maggie War of the Roses, because Maggie is writing in kind of like a good War of the Roses, but off the air she just told me something that's like, whoa, are you serious? It's a very devious little trick. Hi, Maggie.
Hi.
Hi. We were chatting and you were talking about your boyfriend Josh and the challenge that you have with guys like Josh.
Yeah, so, as I was saying to you, I was in pageants when I was a kid and, I did some modeling. And so, I'm not like a vain or narcissistic person. It's just kind of a fact that I happen to be pretty attractive and, I'm a charming, funny person. And so naturally I kind of gravitate towards the same. The problem is, many of the guys, if not most of them or all lately, are players. They're players because they're good looking, they're confident, which is what I'm into. And it gets old just kind of being cheated on. So I'm currently seeing this guy, Josh, and he's great. And we're right at that point where it's like, should we be exclusive? And I just want to make sure before I proceed that, I don't get my heart crushed again. So
now
I was calling in to do War of the Roses with him, and then you and I got in this other.
Well, yeah, and you got to hear the story because I'll have you tell that in a second. But I want to back up to the fact where you said, I'm attractive. I was in pageants. I've done modeling. That might sound, to somebody like me who's very average, that might sound really arrogant because most of us will not ever in our lives say, I'm very attractive. I've been in pageants. I've been modeling. But for you, it's a fact of life. And
I kind of respect it because I think it's worse if someone is super attractive and they try to pretend like they're average like us. And we're like, all right, you're more attractive than us. Don't pretend like you're like us commoners.
Well, I think it kind of puts it in context. It's true, Fallon, because if you're attractive, you're going to date guys that are more attractive, that probably have nicer hair, nicer cars, nicer teeth, nicer job, whatever, maybe. But then those people are also more attractive to other potential people. So you've been burned before by hot guys like Josh.
Exactly. And the last one had told me that he'd been separated for a while, which is common a lot, I think, lately in the online dating world. And you're like, it's cool. I get it. He told me they'd been separated for like 2 years. And come to find out, he is still very much married, and I found his wife on Facebook and then also on Instagram, and I was like, why would he cheat on her? Like, she's so pretty and just seems like such a great person, and I don't know where this came from. I just contacted her, just to hang out as like friends, and she responded. And so initially my plan was to just meet her for coffee. We had a couple mutual friends and a couple of, mutual, we like the same things. We
had some things in common.
Yeah, we have some things in common. Like, this is someone I would actually be friends with. So she was like, oh, this is so cool. It's so rare, at this age that someone reaches out to be your friend. And that's when I kind of started to feel like a little bad, because I had planned on meeting her and telling her, of course. And so I get there. She's so cool. And next thing you know, we are flirting with each other. And I thought, well, this is kind of sweet revenge. And so, blah, 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 bada bing, bada boom, we end up in bed together. And I haven't told her about him at this point at all. And to be honest, I didn't feel bad. I felt like if she's into it and he's doing this, I just didn't feel bad. But so we're in bed, and we decide to take a selfie together and, just kind of share it with one another. I think that was kind of the idea. But I'm sorry. I had to text it to him. So I did.
Oh.
And it felt pretty good.
Oh.
And so I sent it to him, and then I was like, oh, my God, what did I just do? And so I immediately blocked his number.
There's so many questions. I have so many questions. So many questions. So
right.
It's none of my business, but do you normally hook up with men and women? Or did you just say, have such a vendetta against this guy, I'm going to hook up with his wife?
I mean, I feel like the difference between a bisexual person and a straight person is like 2 glasses of wine. So, yeah, I had a couple glasses with her, and maybe I've done that with some other women. But
okay, and maybe she's the same way, because if she's married to a guy, maybe a couple of glasses of wine. But you, at some point, went from, I'm going to tell her, to, I got an even better idea. I'm going to hook up with his wife, send him a picture, and then ghost him, and you don't know what transpired, what happened with her and him since then.
I never heard from her again.
I was just going to ask you if you ever heard from her.
I did that. Yeah, I still can't believe I did that. Yeah.
But you had said earlier you felt bad for her because he cheated on her. Then again, she pretty easily cheated on him too.
It does seem like that. Like, if it's that easy, it does make you wonder if that was her first time doing that. But I guess you don't know.
Can you imagine,
you don't care, probably.
But here's the funny thing that amazes me, that that you are desirable enough, whatever adjective you want to use, that you could approach this strange woman, and you had a really good chance of seducing her, getting her into bed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and sometimes, being really attractive is a curse, because you don't know if people are using you or they are actually into your personality.
Yeah, no, I think that's true, yeah.
It's like, I know it sounds like, yeah, right. I mean, ooh, boo-hoo.
But boo-hoo, but there's your evidence that it really is that powerful. Okay, so let's get back to Josh. This was just kind of like a sidebar story with the guy that was married and the wife.
Oh yeah, I'm distracted. I forgot we're not even talking about Josh. We gotta go back to Josh.
So we want to call Josh the new guy and see whether he's just another guy who's like a player and hooking up with several different people, or whether he's into you. Because it seems like, from what you said, it seems like Josh is into you and you're into him.
I really am, and I'm fingers crossed. I'm just kind of hoping it feels real.
Okay.
So,
Well, we can help you find out because what we'll do is we'll call Josh and say, hey, take a survey from your bank. And if you do, we'll send roses to whoever you want to. And then hopefully he would send them to you, Maggie, and hopefully not somebody else. And then you have something to go on before you find out that he's married.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm kidding. I'm
not
kidding.
seeing anyone else. I'm just seeing Josh. So I
Okay.
just, yeah.
Well, good luck with this. We'll come back in a second and we'll make this phone call. In the meantime, can you believe her story? Can you imagine the confidence to be like, I'm going to get revenge by sleeping with this guy's wife? What do you think? Did she go too far by taking a picture of them together and sending it to him? Also, can you imagine the freaking shock
Yeah, no.
of opening that text message and there is the woman that you had an affair with in bed with your wife?
Well, and he can't get mad at his wife.
Wow. What do you think? Send me a text at KDWB1 53921, or better yet, call me at 651-989-KDWB. Love to hear your analysis before we make the phone call on War of the Roses. Dave Ryan Show comes right back on KDWB.
Microphone check. Your chance to win the KDWB Ultimate Ticket happens now. Talk back the keyword on our iHeartRadio app and tell us why you want the KDWB Ultimate Ticket. Band. That's band.
Okay, use that keyword band on the talkback feature. Just tap the red microphone, say the keyword is band, and you will see different bands and acts like...
I know, tell 'em be humble.
Or...
That you are better now, better now.
Or... And there's a whole bunch more. So use that keyword band. Say the keyword is band. You will speak it into the talkback feature, and you are good to go. Go do that now, and we'll come back with part 2 of War of the Roses next.
101.3. 101.3.
KDWB. From the Custom One MN.com Weather Center.
Staying pretty cold out there once again today before it heats up, sort of, tomorrow. Today, sunny with a high of 8. Tomorrow, partly sunny, a high of 28.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
You can save money on your carpet cleaning by doing it yourself and getting bad results with that rug monster that they rent down at the grocery store. Or you can save some real money and get zero res quality results. Check this out. For the month of January, Zero Res is doing their biggest and best sale of the year, 24% off all services. That's everything from carpet cleaning to air duct cleaning to your dryer vent, all of those things. Zero Res doing it during the month of January for 24% off of everything. I've been using Zero Res for years because I'm accident prone and I spill things and stains get on the carpet. I got a cat and a dog. You got kids or a partner, or you just live life on your carpet, which we all do. Your carpet needs and will love Zero Res. Don't try to do it yourself. Save money a better way. 24% off. 952-0RES or ZeroResMinnesota.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
Wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing?
I'm sure you've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. If you qualify, their providers can...
We are basically looking for stories about what your kid did to embarrass you when they were little.
We were at the doctor's office, and we had an African-American nurse. And as the nurse was leaving the room, she says, "Mom, where's the chocolate lady going?" And the nurse turned around and said, "That is the sweetest thing I have ever been called." I was mortified.
Oh, my God. Kids will do this to you when you're least expecting it. What did you use the talkback feature on that iHeart app? It's the red button. And then let us know what your kid said or did to embarrass you.
When my son was 5, we were at a gas station and I needed to go to the bathroom. And when I was done, he yelled, "Yay, you went poopy. Good job, Mommy." I do not go poopy, but everyone in the gas station heard.
Okay, that's funny. Because when a little kid goes poop, you go, "Yay!
Good job,
you did it." All right. What did your kid do to embarrass you?
My son plays football, and when he was in 4th or 5th grade, he had this nickname, L Train. And he was at practice, and I found out he had to run. And I was like, oh, gosh, what did he do? Come to find out, he swore. So when he got in the truck, I asked him, what did you say? He didn't want to tell me. And then he finally told me, and he said, I said, choo-choo, mother effer.
Oh.
I was embarrassed. It was funny, but I'm just glad he didn't swear at somebody.
Choo-choo, mother. Where do you learn that? Dad, most likely.
When I was younger, my sister and I, when we were at the gas station with my dad, he would, be going out and filling the gas or whatever, and the windows would be down, and we used to yell out the window, Dad, can you let us out of the kennel? And he got quite a few looks for that.
God. Okay, a couple of more.
Most of us neighbors were sitting around outside, and he comes up and he goes, Mommy, I love Katie. And Katie's mom was sitting in that group. And I said, oh, that's nice, sweetie. Why do you like Katie? Because she's got big boobs. And then ran away.
Okay, on the Talkback feature, how did your kid embarrass you?
About 6 years ago, when my son was 4, I was a surrogate for a couple over in Israel. And he had just started talking because he had a speech delay. And he started telling his speech teacher and his preschool teacher that I was pregnant with the neighbor's baby.
Okay, that's funny.
Okay, so we had just picked up my daughter from daycare, driving back to our neighborhood, and we see our neighbor running, and I had made a comment like, he just runs funny, like he runs weird. And so we get home and unload the kids and everything, and I'm down at the mailbox getting the mail, and the neighbor comes through after his run, and my daughter proceeds to tell him, you run funny.
Oh,
Because kids will repeat anything that they hear.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can watch what you say around your kids. Okay, we got a bunch more of these on text. We'll read a couple of these on text. What did your kid do to embarrass you?
I was out with my nephew grocery shopping, and there was a large person in the aisle. He said very loud, look, Auntie, that person's head is too small for their body. My daughter announced, well, my mom got her period today in front of all of the parents waiting for preschool. When my son was about 5, he was on a roller coaster ride with his dad at the Mall of America. They were going around a curve, and he shouted super loud so everyone could hear, this tickles my penis. We were spreading our grandpa's ashes in the woods and having a moment of silence when my nephew grabbed a stick, hit my father-in-law in the groin, and said, ha ha ha, I hit you in the wiener.
See, I don't want to have kids.
That was God's way of lightening the mood a little bit. Okay.
Yes. Feel good favorites store-wide. Save on organic picks, wellness staples, and more all month long.
Our new and improved iHeartRadio app has made it even easier to enjoy the radio stations, podcasts, and playlists you love. How? We've added everything you love about your car radio into the free iHeartRadio app. With easy-to-use presets, you can now save your favorite stations on the app, just like in your car. And with the all-new live radio dial, it's easier than ever to discover new stations you'll love based on your location or favorite genre. Find out what everyone is talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Number 1 in Coon Rapids, The Dave Ryan Show on KDWB. Back to the War of the Roses on The Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
All right, War of the Roses on KDWB. Somebody said the longest 2 minutes of their life is waiting for the song to end before we make the phone call on War of the Roses.
They're wrong.
I'm going to just give you a quick little recap. So she's seeing a guy. She thinks that because he's gorgeous, he's cheating because she is also... Admittedly, she's gorgeous, and she says that she's been cheated on by gorgeous guys. The most memorable of which was a gorgeous married guy. She didn't know he was married. He said he was separated, so she seduced his wife, took a picture of her and his wife naked from the chest up, so no nude body parts or anything, obviously naked, cuddling in bed, sent it to the husband. Can you imagine the shock? So we got text messages. Who is he going to send the roses to? Ashley... What do you think of her anyway?
So the first thing I thought of when, she said that she was really, attractive and she only looks for attractive guys, I think that's really condescending. first of all. I do think that beauty is only skin deep, and if she is only looking for really attractive guys, maybe she's not, looking for the whole package because, it doesn't, just because you're attractive doesn't mean you're a great person.
Agreed.
I also think that if she's willing to cheat on people, then maybe she deserves to be cheated on because that's not something that I think is a valuable trait at all. And if she's going to go put that out there, then maybe, she just has what's coming to her.
What do you think about the wife who cheated on her husband with this woman? What do you think about her?
I don't think that's okay either. It's bad on both of them, but maybe there's something going on with this husband and wife that they're, not letting on to other people. Maybe they're in an open relationship. Maybe they're okay with it.
Yeah.
Because clearly the husband told Maggie that he's, separated. So maybe they're just, some people just don't go through with a divorce, and some people are fine cohabitating, but...
And you never know, and that's the thing, is you don't know what's going on. We make the phone call in a couple of seconds. First, though, Jasmine, what do you think? Did she go too far, or was she justified to seduce his wife and then send a picture of them in bed together to the husband?
So I think she went a little too far in some areas of it. The reaching out to the wife, she had good intentions, and then taking the picture, that's fine, but sending it to him, that was, to me, too far. And then she said that he lied to her about him and his wife being separated, but she never got to that part with the wife, so she never got the whole story. Maybe they were separated, but they just haven't finalized the divorce yet.
And is there like going too far for punishing somebody for anything like that? I mean, if you are shoplifting, they don't give you life in prison. They give you, like probation or a fine or whatever. So he cheated. Should he be punished? Yeah, probably. But is that too much of a punishment? That's another thing that you can talk about amongst yourselves. We got one more call from Aaron. Then we're going to make the phone call.
We got a lot of text, too.
We got a lot of input on this, a reaction. Aaron, was she justified to send the picture of her in bed with his wife?
Absolutely.
Tell me why.
Well, I'm a teacher, and my motto for my kids is if you're choosing the behavior, you choose the consequences. So if you're choosing to cheat on your spouse, you have to accept some consequences of, like, some crazy-ish might go down.
That is some crazy-ish, and that's a good lesson for your kids. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it.
It says any guy who can get one gorgeous woman can get 5 others. I'm never surprised when hot people get cheated on. Someone else, there actually were multiple people saying the fact that the guy she's checking on is named Josh, they already know the answer. Every guy named Josh is a player, apparently.
That's not fair.
Which I know.
It's funny, though.
It is funny. The irony of this hypocritical narcissist talking about having a personality is like fingernails on a chalkboard. Get over yourself.
Wow.
A lot of people said, this guy is loving it. The one that she hooked up with the wife. He had an affair, and now he knows she'll sleep with his wife. You know what he's hoping for.
Let's make the phone call. We got a ton of text messages. We saw everyone. I wish we could read them all. Let's make the phone call right now. Then we'll talk to Jonathan Fogel and get his view on the whole thing. He's a divorce attorney, family law. That's coming up. Making the phone call right now.
And we're going to send out a dozen long stem romantic roses this week for you, Josh, to anyone you would like. So what we do is we grab the name from you. We'll get a little note for the card also, and then I'll grab the address, okay?
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can make them out to my girlfriend, Maggie. And I guess just say, hey, I missed you, and I'm thinking about you.
Okay, perfect. Great note. Simple and to the point. I like it.
Now here comes the plot twist. And, Josh, I have to tell you kind of what that plot twist is because it comes out of nowhere. That was a fake survey.
Yeah.
There are no real flowers, and my job is not as a bank representative giving you a survey, and I don't work with the girl you just talked. I work over at a radio station, KDWB. My name's Dave. That was Fallon, who's also on KDWB.
Hi.
And we were calling to test you, Josh, to see if you would send roses to Maggie or someone else. But, of course, we didn't do this out of the blue. Maggie put us up to this. He's so quiet. He's always okay. There he is. I was worried that he hung up.
Well, yeah.
So Maggie's listening right now, Josh. And Maggie wanted to find out whether you would send roses to her or someone else. Maggie, you heard the whole thing, right, Maggie?
Yeah.
Explain to Josh, if you can, why you did that, Maggie.
Josh, I've been cheated on a lot, and you seem so great, and I'm really hoping that this is going to be different for me and that you were going to be, special, and apparently you are, because that is exactly what I was hoping you would do with this whole War of the Roses thing. I'm sorry I kind of tricked you, but I thought this would be a foolproof way of finding out, and you passed the test, and I know nobody likes to be tested, but I'm really into you, and I'm really glad that you chose me and not somebody else, because I'm not seeing anybody else.
I appreciate hearing you say that. I know that it's probably hard coming from what you've been through. I like you. I care about you. I'm not crazy that you went on the radio to find out that I would be faithful, but I understand it. But just so you know, I was raised Catholic, so I don't cheat and I never will. It's more of a guilt thing than anything.
So
thank you.
You have this incredible guilt that keeps you from doing anything horribly immoral.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Okay, well, Maggie, how do you feel? So there, you got the response you wanted, the result you wanted. How do you feel?
I feel kind of bad that I may have hurt Josh's feelings, but I feel way more secure, and that helps me drop my guard a little bit, and so I'm excited for our next date. To be honest.
I'm excited too. I think that if you feel a little bit more comfortable now, then I feel better too.
God, what a nice guy, seriously.
No kidding, yeah.
I think I'd be so annoyed that somebody did this. I'd be like, you know what? We're going to talk about this later.
You would.
Can't believe you trapped me like that.
You would.
But you know what? I don't want to say it sounds so cliche, but you sound like a keeper. So
you do.
Josh, thanks for being on. Maggie, thanks for telling us your story. That's the best story I've heard this week. So
no kidding.
Thank you guys for being on KDWB.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Maybe you want to take the vacay payday and fly off to Philadelphia to see the Rams play the Eagles. Maybe.
I don't know.
I'd go there.
Maybe you're a Lions fan. You want to see Washington play the Lions. Maybe you want to take a trip up to the Motor City. I got $1,000 for you. We call it the vacay payday, and here's how you win it.
101.3 KDWB has your shot at $1,000 now.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Green. That's green.
Enter it now at KDWB.com. Okay, simple way to enter. Go to KDWB.com and just type in where it's like a keyword spot. Type in the word green, as in greenback, and you get a chance to win. Somebody went to hell, and now they have a description. They died. Ooh. A lot of people say, I died, and then I saw my great-grandma Edith, and I saw my cousin Valerie, and I died, and then I got resuscitated.
Yeah.
And but that's what heaven is like. But you never hear about anybody who went to hell.
Ooh.
Until this guy came along. What is hell like? We'll tell you next on KDWB.
For more information about contests on this station, go to kdwb.com/rules.
From the Custom One, MN.com Weather Center.
Today's going to be very cold once again, but at least it's going to be sunny. High of 8 today with sunshine the entire day, and then we're raising the temperatures a whole 20 degrees tomorrow, partly sunny, a high of 28.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $175 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 2/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Welcome to Dave Tank. You will enter the tank, and you will tell me what your invention is that you've come up with that is not a real invention. For example, I've got one. It's called the Get Me Out of Bed 3000.
Okay.
Alarm clock goes off. There are these arms that reach under my body, lift me up, prop me up, so I'm now standing on the floor. The Get Me Out of Bedder 3000, I think I call it.
Okay, I've got one. It's called the Spring Loader Kadoozy, Get You Where You Need to Gozy.
Okay.
Okay. So when I have somewhere I need to be, instead of having to get in my car, I stand on this little platform and I push a button, and then it spring loads me to the exact place that I need to be. And I just
like that.
fly through the air, and I'll go.
Oh, okay. Now, see, whatever it is you want to invent, it does not have to be real. Mine, no, never mind.
I know I've got one.
What do you got?
It's called the Season Me Daddy.
The Season Me Daddy?
It's literally just a seasoner, whatever seasonings you want to put on your food. Maybe some sazon, maybe just some salt and pepper or some garlic or onion powder. Just type them in your phone, boop, 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 and they'll season your pork chop, chicken, steak, whatever for you.
Nice.
And then it'll throw it in the oven for you. Good to go. You don't have to move a muscle.
Season Me Daddy.
Now, now that is something I might invest in. So you're going to give me your invention, and I will decide who gets a $20 investment into your invention. Let's go to Danny first. Good morning. Welcome to Dave Tank. What is your invention, Danny?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
My invention is the artificial nap.
Okay, tell me more about the artificial nap.
Yeah, so all you're going to do is you're going to place what we call this little pillow on your tongue. It's like a marshmallow, and you're going to eat that. It's got no sugar, no caffeine, just artificial sleep.
And so you feel immediately rested and rejuvenated.
Exactly, and you look great. You know, you lose the bags under your eyes, but no caffeine.
Do they come in different dosages, like a 20-minute nap or an hour-long nap?
They sure do. We even have the 8-hour shift nap.
Ooh, the 8-hour shift nap.
I love that one. I love it. You're in the lead so far. Okay, please hold. Let's talk to Quays. Good morning, Quays.
Good morning.
Tell me, what is your invention that you want to present on Dave Tank?
My invention is the Auto Repo EZ.
Auto Repo EZ. What does that do?
So it's a program that allows auto repo dealerships to repossess cars without the hassle of being shot at, bugged, or beat up by it's to keep tow truck
How does it work? I mean, is it an app on your phone, or how does it work, Quays?
No, so it would be a program run at the actual dealership. They would have programs cars to where once they run the program, the car would immediately turn on, lock itself, and it will auto drive itself safely and securely, following traffic laws back to the auto.
You know what's funny, Quays? It's probably not that far in the future that actually could be invented. All right, Quays, I like it.
Without
Please
getting
hold.
beat up.
Shot at. Okay, Tony, welcome to Dave Tank. Present your invention to the panel, please, which is me.
Yeah, so my invention would be, so we all know that VR is getting bigger and better every day.
Yeah.
My invention would be VR in real time. So let's say you love shopping at Target or like at Menards, but like in Minnesota, we get a bad blizzard.
Yeah.
You just throw on the VR set, all of a sudden you're shopping there in real time, working with real people, and you're shopping with real time inventory.
Ooh.
And then when you check out, you can just like do 1-day shipping or whatever, and they send it same day. You're in the comfort of your own home.
Wow. So convenient.
You don't have to go anywhere ever again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't invented that already. I mean,
That's
Amazon
what I was thinking.
Amazon is close. Yeah, well, you're onto something. Okay, we got a couple of more here.
All right.
It is called Dave Tank. Present your invention, your fake invention, to the panel, and I will invest in $20 in my favorite invention. Jordan, good morning.
Good morning.
What is your invention?
It is called the Magic Hair Dome.
What does the Magic Hair Dome do?
So I'm actually a hairstylist. I'm on my way to work right now.
Okay.
I have a lot of, I shouldn't say I have a lot, but, you know, there's been clients throughout my, years that aren't too happy with their hair, or, they have a hair color that they really want. So they have black box dye and they want to go platinum white. Well, that's not really, possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they want this perfect haircut that they see online, but they have really thin hair. Well, the dome goes over your head, and it cuts and colors your hair exactly how you want it. And even if you had thin hair, it comes out perfectly thick and luscious and beautiful and blonde, and you went in with it, black and thin and damaged.
Wow. That'd be nice.
So nice.
The Magic
eat that
Hair
up.
Dome would be a consumer hit. So I got some choices here.
Mm-hmm.
I have Danny in the artificial nap. It looks like a marshmallow. You put it on your tongue, but you can get a different length of nap.
Artificial rest there, yep.
Quays is the auto repo program where you sit at the dealership and you type in the name of the car, and it drives it back to the dealership, so you don't have to go over there and get beat up.
We're shot at.
We're shot at. Then we have Tony, who's got real-time VR, where you put on the little VR goggles and you walk into a Target or a Best Buy. You do your shopping. There's real people to talk to, and you check out, and then you take it off, and they deliver it to your house. Jordan's got the Magic Hair Dome, which you just heard.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that it is really, really close between Quays and Danny because I like both of them. But the artificial nap is one that definitely appeals to me. So, Danny, you are the winner of $20 on Dave Tank. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I want you to work on developing this product, and then when it's available, we want first dibs at it because we could use a.
Oh, yeah.
We could use a
We
nap.
could use a
I'm
nap.
going to drop a shipment at the studio for you guys. Don't worry.
Please.
Great.
I'm going to get your Venmo and send you $20, okay?
Cool, thank you.
It's a big day.
Did you want a portion of the company, Dave? Are you
Nah, I don't
asking
need
for?
that.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I don't need
You're
that.
just being
Nah.
generous and giving her the money.
Exactly.
Good for you.
You can't make this stuff up. 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I want to remind you that keyword is green. If you want to go online to win, somebody said I'm going to Japan in April. I could use that vacay payday. So use that keyword online, KDWB.com. The keyword is green. Tappa, 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 tappa. Enter. Boom. You're set. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
What is hell like? You hear stories about somebody who says, yes, I died. I went toward the light and I saw my grandfather who welcomed me and I saw blah, blah, blah. And,
Blah, blah,
and then
blah.
I was resuscitated.
Yes.
And I didn't want to come back. But this guy went to hell. Okay. So he had a stroke. Here's what happened. A drug overdose nearly killed him and his heart flatlined for 3 minutes. And he said he had a stroke. He was being wheeled to the ambulance on a stretcher. Then he felt like he was floating under ice water. It was dark, and he wasn't really thinking or feeling anything emotional, just existing and knowing it was very, very cold and he couldn't see. While recovering in the hospital, he said he saw vivid images of hell. It was extremely cold and not hot. Well, we've been sold a bill of goods on this
what
one.
the heck?
And he said he believed he was in hell, but before the suffering started, he came back to life and is left with a lasting preview of what to expect if he doesn't change his life.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if I believe this or not. I mean, I'm sure that he did feel cold, and I'm sure that it was dark, but I don't think that's what hell is all about.
It's like a Scrooge situation. He's got to change.
Yeah.
He's got to find a change or else he's going to end up in hell forever.
Got to be a better person.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Get healthy in 2025. According to a new survey, Americans give themselves about a 6 out of 10 on the healthiness scale. I'd say probably for me about a 7.5. I still eat wrong stuff once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had one drink since the new year.
Good for you.
I smoke cigars. But I work out all the time. I do cardio, close my rings every single day.
What about all those hookers?
Well, we use protection.
Okay.
And
Then
bleach.
you're
Bleach,
good.
yeah.
You're good then.
Well, they're more worried about me.
Where do you put the bleach?
Everywhere, Bailey.
Ew.
Yeah.
You don't want to know.
What are you, Vaught, on a scale, healthy scale? It's a 1 to 10. What scale are you?
I say same with you, 7.5, because when I'm hungry, my go-to is automatically some type of fried food, pork chops, fried chicken. And Alyssa, my girlfriend, gets so upset with me because she's like, "You got to eat it better, even if it's like just a lettuce wrap or something." And I don't work out. I should, even if it's going on a walk.
How do you arrive at a 7.5 when you don't work out? You're about a 4.2 on a good day.
Because I'm only 23 and I have a high metabolism.
You know what? You're right. But you are blessed with that. Bailey, what are you on the health scale?
In the summertime, I would say a 7 because I walk every single day for
She
like
does.
2
It's true,
hours.
ridiculous.
A lot. And then in the winter, a 4. Probably a 4.
Okay.
Because I realize I don't have great nutrition, but I'm not eating like a bunch. I'm not like binge eating a bunch of like Ho-Hos and Kit Kat bars every single day. Like I will eat a salad. I love salad. It just has to be in front of me for me to eat it.
No, I understand. It has to be convenient. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't think I'm unhealthy. I mean, I'm rarely sick.
So you're now in the wintertime about a 4.
A 4,
Okay.
solid 4. I almost went to the gym yesterday, and then I didn't. I wanted to go home instead, and I did. And
You know what? It's cold, and sometimes you don't want to go to the gym.
Like, screw it.
I get it. One of the worst feelings, and I think you can, if you go to the gym, you might relate to this. When you go into the gym and your gym clothes have been in the cold car, and you go into the changing room or the locker room and you put on your cold gym clothes, God, is that a miserable feeling. Jenny, what are you on the health scale, 1 to 10?
I would say mine does also vary winter versus summer. I think I'm healthier in the summer. So I would say in the summer I'm at an 8. In the winter I'm closer to like a 7. Just because like I'm not I have not had the motivation to work out as much as I normally do. I
It's
still get
hard.
to the gym like quite a bit, but like I'm more of like 6 days a week kind of girl in the summer. Winter, it's 4 to 5.
It is harder for sure.
I'm tired just hearing that. 6 days a week, Jenny?
Mm-hmm.
She is, though. She is a gym rat. She's wearing a gym shirt right now.
I
as a
am.
matter of fact,
Shout
yeah.
out Flight.
Yep.
That's where I do my fit club.
I feel like if I had a buddy, I would go to the gym. I ain't got no buddies. It's just
I've been
me.
trying to convince Andrew to get a gym membership for years because I think I would be in the best shape of my life if Andrew and I went to the gym together.
Girl, you are in the best shape of your life.
You're right. I'm not
Get
in
out
bad
of here.
shape, but I'd be better. I'd be so much
I get you.
better.
No, and I tell you one thing that really helps out is Susan's got a trainer over at Snap, and it's Trainer Mike. Shout out Mike.
Nice.
And that is one of the reasons that keeps her motivated is because of the having a trainer and personal accountability. The reason I bring this up is that 90% of us say we have a health-related resolution for 2025. What are they? Cutting out processed foods, healthy aging, improving gut and digestion health, wearable technology. I got an Apple Watch, and I love it. I'll never wear another kind of watch because I look at my steps and my flights climbed and I'm closing my rings, using artificial intelligence to improve healthcare, taking a functional approach to health, whatever that means, improving metabolism, being gluten-free. Gluten-free is a myth for most people. Most people are just fine eating gluten, but it's become a trend. If you have celiac disease or your doctor has said don't eat gluten, but there's so many like, oh, we're gluten-free. It's like, okay, that's kind of like saying dairy-free. If you're not lactose intolerant, you don't need to eat dairy-free. There's no advantage to it.
And why? Yeah.
Being vegan, I'm going to try to make vegan meatballs on a crock pot
Oh, yeah?
slow cooker Sunday.
I would try them.
Yeah.
Did you bring any of your slow cooker stuff today?
Well, he
No.
made it in Colorado.
No, it's all in Colorado.
Oh,
yeah,
dang it.
sorry.
Yeah, that looked good.
It
You did-
was
what was
so
it,
good.
Curry chicken?
Good. Chicken curry chicken. It was so good.
Yum.
With brown rice you did?
With brown rice.
Ooh, my
one
lips-
mistake I made was instead of 2 teaspoons of salt, I put in 2 tablespoons of salt.
Never mind.
So it was a little salty. But if you want the recipe for curry chicken in the crock pot, it was so good. It was fun to make. And by the way, I used Vaunt Leak's knives that you gave me for Christmas. So I took that knife set to Colorado. So now that's my official Colorado knife set.
I did notice
So-
that in your video. I
Yeah.
saw the little rainbow knife reflecting in the camera.
How does that work getting that on a plane?
You put it under your coat.
Check it. No.
No, you check your bag.
Oh, okay, I don't ever do that. I'm so cheap. I'm cheap, so I don't ever check in a bag.
Trust me, Vaughn, I was the same when I was 23. I literally fit everything into a backpack that would go under a seat
Yes,
when I was
same.
your age.
I still do that.
That is, you can't make this stuff up, extended version. Now, here's your ultimate ticket. Here you go for your chance to win tickets for all the big shows.
Microphone check. Your chance to win the KDWB Ultimate Ticket happens now. Talk back the keyword on our iHeartRadio app and tell us why you want the KDWB Ultimate Ticket. Party. That's party.
The key word is party. That's all you got to do. Really,
Yeah.
just open up the iHeart app, tap the red microphone, and just say the keyword is party. Tap, send, boom, done, entered. Good luck, KDWB.
Which celebrity has already screwed up in the new year? Let's find out. It's Dave's Dirt on KDWB.
Every Viking. Ouch.
Don't do that.
You know, we've talked about the Vikings a lot this morning, but if you just turn the radio on, you're going, well, why aren't you guys talking about the Vikings? We did earlier, but I will say it was a hard game to watch because everybody was so excited. The Vikings fans were like, really thought this could be the year because the Vikings have just had such a phenomenal run, such a great record. 15-2, I think, was their final season record.
14-3.
14-3 is that what it was? And so they go to Phoenix to play LA, and the Rams are a totally beatable team. But we couldn't get anything going. They scored first on the first possession. We had the possibility of a momentum shift, I think, in the second quarter when we recovered their quarterback fumble, scooped it up, and ran in for a touchdown. Then the refs called it back because they said it was a forward pass. Look, I'm no official. I'm no referee. That did not look like a forward pass. That was the most obvious attempt at grounding, like intentional grounding. But they let him do it. And after that, the Vikings could not get anything going. They were sacked. Did somebody say 9 times? 8 or 9 times?
I don't know if it was that many, but it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. There were moments of the game that I was very captivated. It was when the camera would pan over to Coach's face. Kevin
O'Connell is a gorgeous human.
Daydreaming? He is just
Well, he is dreamy, but
so
also
good looking.
the Rams coach is also a really attractive man.
He's not bad looking either, yeah. But I just, those blue eyes.
He's not bad looking either, yeah.
Those blue eyes on Kevin, I was like, hello, let's just focus on him the rest of the game.
It's funny, you look at some head coaches and they all look like the guy who coaches Kansas City Chiefs. He looks like your Uncle Pete with a walrus mustache. It's like, okay. But then you look at Kevin O'Connell, you're like, damn.
Gosh, him up close too when he was here in the studio. I was just, oh my gosh, I couldn't.
You were embarrassing that day.
No, you were embarrassing that day.
You were panting and breathing all over
Jenny
this poor
was
guy.
there too.
Yeah, we both were.
Yeah.
We didn't do that until after he left the studio, to be fair.
Yeah.
But as soon as the door shut, as he left and walked into the hallway, we were like, oh,
we oozed out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Like flubber. You know?
Yeah, I took that the wrong way too.
Yeah.
I am glad I was not here that day.
Yeah.
I did not want to
Flubber.
see any oozing.
You weren't there?
No, that was the week I was in Jamaica.
Oh,
Gosh, it was
you
such a
missed
bummer.
out on fun.
Okay.
Oh.
Enough. Anyway, even, he did not have a good night last night. And we were talking earlier about what quarter did you turn the game off? We were about maybe 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. And I said, nope, that's it. It ain't going to happen. I woke up this morning and I said, Alexa, who won the Vikings game last night? And she said, last night, the Minnesota Vikings lost to the Los Angeles Rams 27-9. I'm like, at least they didn't run it.
Sucks to suck, loser.
No kidding.
Did she say that?
No, but she could have. Somebody said, yeah, it was 6 sacks in the first half, 9 sacks in the entire game, which is a playoff record. Go Vikes. Yeah, we still got the Wild and the Lynx.
Yeah, we got, you know what? Go Lynx.
Timberwolves.
Go Wolves and go Sports.
Go Sports
Yeah.
in general.
That's the football, right? Goal.
Yeah, go.
Well,
No, that's soccer.
soccer. But if he was speaking in British terms, he's correct.
Yeah,
And Spanish.
Football.
In Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to something a little happier
Okay.
here. And this is toddler sensation Miss Rachel about what it's like to be from just a regular mom to being famous.
I noticed how much music bonds families and how it's wonderful for speech development. And when he had a speech delay, I really got interested in language development and how I could use media to help with language development.
Take a shot every time she says language development. Gosh.
Justin Timberlake is at a stoplight. And a couple of knotheads pull up next to him, and I guess they could see into his car, and like, it's Justin Timberlake. So they pull out their phones, and they start videoing him to roll down his window, and then he kind of goes off on him just a little bit.
Justin Timberlake. Bro, roll out the window. Roll down the window.
You want something?
Let's race.
You want something? No.
Let's race.
You want something?
No. Let's race.
Stop. Get out of here.
Get the out of here, you. That's funny.
I don't think he was I think he was kind of an a-hole, but sometimes you have to be. But also, he didn't have to roll down the window.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't roll your window down.
No.
I don't think I would if I'm a celebrity. Like, why would you, you know? I don't want people to recognize me. Why aren't there tents?
You know, and you would think that he would have tents, but you got to imagine he can't even go to Ralph's Market. That's the cub food of L.A. Can't even walk through the produce aisle without some idiot being like, hey. God, how tiring that would be.
Do that sound again. Hey, are you Dave Ryan?
Can you imagine? I'm so glad I'm like a DJ and nobody knows what we look like, and not only that, nobody cares. I walked through the airport last night. I got home. Not a single person gave an F about me, and I don't care. Nobody's like, okay. Can I get on with my life?
I don't know. Can you?
Let's see if there was something good here. No. Oh, Halsey. Now, Halsey's got a fictionalized backstory. If you don't know this, Halsey tells all kinds of stories about how everything that she was homeless to, she was addicted to drugs. She used to drink 4 Red Bulls a night so she wouldn't fall asleep, so nobody would steal from her, so she could keep an eye on her backpack while she lived in the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other hand, it turned out she was a camp counselor. She had a nice new car for her 16th birthday. She used to be an average girl. So Halsey's got a fictionalized backstory. And then everything that comes along, Halsey says, yeah,
Me
I've
too.
got that same problem.
Yeah.
Me too. So her latest backstory is this. Here's Halsey.
I used to promote hardcore shows in Jersey before I started making music.
No way.
Yeah, and a lot of it was I did a lot of hardcore, but then also some of the more commercial hardcore. The biggest show I ever booked, I was 16. The biggest show I ever booked was August Blues Red and the Devil Wears Prada.
Oh my gosh, I never knew she was from Jersey.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Edison, New Jersey. Alyssa, my girlfriend used to work in Edison.
Oh, is that right?
Gee, I did not know she was that local. I thought she was like a Dua Lipa. She just not foreign, but British or something.
No, she did a Taylor Swift parody song, and then she sent it into the record company, and they said, oh, we really like your voice. And she does have an amazing voice.
Yes.
And so they've turned her into Halsey.
Mm-hmm.
But the rumor is, this is an ugly rumor. They won't let her eat. This is an ugly rumor. But if you look at how thin Halsey is, they won't let her eat. The record company keeps her on a very strict diet.
I haven't heard that one. She is very tiny.
Very tiny. Let's see what else we got here. I think it's about it. No, wait, hold on. I just found another source of dirt. You want more?
Yes, I would love more.
Give us the
While
dirt.
you're looking for that other source, I want to remind you that at Holiday Station stores, they're doing an awesome deal right now. You can buy any 3 20-ounce Pepsis for $5.50 total for all
That's
3.
it?
That's it, baby.
Wait a second.
Wow.
Say that again. What?
You can buy any 3 20-ounce Pepsi brand sodas for $5.50 at Holiday Station stores.
I think you're reading that wrong. There's no way it's that good of a deal.
That's
Jenny.
a great deal.
I
So,
do read things wrong sometimes.
Pepsi Zero
but,
Sugar?
You could do any of them. Pepsi brand.
All right,
Any of them.
I'm there. A couple of other quickies here. Beyonce is donating $2.5 million to the wildfire relief effort. David Spade is offering $5,000 to anybody who can help catch the arsonist, and the Grammys are still on for February 2nd. However, because of the fires, The Weeknd has canceled his January 25th Rose Bowl concert and postponed the release of his new album. Oh, I know what story I was going to tell you. We talked about this on the Minnesota Goodbye, but Philadelphia fans are just known as being just garbage humans. They're probably great fathers, great dads, great moms. But when they get to a game, they get this group mentality, like a mob awful garbage mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a video that was taken on Saturday, I want to say, whenever the Green Bay Packers were in
Sunday,
Philadelphia.
yep.
Was it on Sunday? And there's a woman, and she's probably 25 or 30, and there's probably a 50-year-old Eagles fan in Eagles garb sitting behind her. And she's a Green Bay fan. She's wearing a Green Bay hat. And he's calling her a dumb, ugly C word.
Oh, no.
Have you seen this, Vaughn?
I haven't seen that video. I just don't like that word.
And well, nobody does. And then so the woman's boyfriend is videotaping this as the guy is saying, well, you're a dumb, ugly C word. And the guy is recording it. And she's kind of looking at her boyfriend almost like, what do I do? And people are saying, I can't believe that you didn't beat the snot out of him. Well, never one. I mean, the guy, who knows? The boyfriend could have been very small,
right,
or very sane and didn't want to get arrested, because if you beat somebody up, you're going to get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did instead, this is the best part, is he posted it, and everybody from TMZ to People Magazine reposted it and said, let's find this guy.
Yep.
Ooh.
And they did.
Of course they did.
Found the guy.
Social media sleuths are on top of that.
Yes.
As soon as someone is so awful to someone else, they will find that person.
His name is Ryan Caldwell, and he's a business analyst at BCT Partners.
They found where he worked, too. Go ahead, IG detectives.
And here's I think this is his LinkedIn. Ryan Caldwell has been working in the hospitality industry since 2002, and it goes on to talk about what he does. But this guy also, and I think he's a father, and you can't imagine, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're the father or you're just a decent person, you don't call anybody a dumb, ugly C word.
Mm-mm.
So I'm really glad they outed him. They said, you know what he did wasn't illegal, but he should get banned from Philadelphia Eagles games for life.
Yeah. See, now I've been parading around the Eagles for the past couple of days because I'm from the East Coast, but now I feel wrong for doing it.
Well, the Eagles have the worst fans.
They really do.
They're
Everybody
really
knows they're the worst.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it by association because they're winning.
I don't know if this was an urban legend or not, but I feel like when the Eagles were playing here, they talked about greasing up the light poles because people would try to climb up them and do all this stuff. And I don't know if that was just a little myth or something to scare the Eagle fans, but yeah. They crazy.
Text message at KDWB1. It says, we had the worst experience with Eagles fans when we were vacationing in the Bahamas. They are just the worst, even when they're not at games. They must pride themselves on just being horrible people. They say that Green Bay is one of the best towns for fans.
Mm-hmm.
They say Green Bay is one of the few stadiums in the league where if an opposing team member is injured, and then he gets up and walks off the field, Green Bay fans will applaud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen in every team.
No, it doesn't. And I also will say, just tailgating at different places for sporting events, Lambeau is so friendly. It doesn't matter if you're of the other team. When you're tailgating at Lambeau, everyone's part of the family.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure other people have had other experiences. I'm sure there's some crappy Packers fans out there too.
Yeah.
Just like there are on every single team. But I have always had so much fun tailgating at Lambeau and just being friends with whoever you're rooting for.
And, giving the opponent fans a hard time. But, yeah.
Should I switch over now to the Giants instead?
Yeah.
Because that's the next closest to Jersey.
You can, but they're not really doing anything in the playoff.
Vaughn doesn't know that, and he doesn't care. He just wants to be a fan of something.
Do you know?
I want to fit in so bad.
Do you know why the Minnesota Vikings are purple?
Why?
No, why?
You'd be purple, too, if you've been choking for 50 years. And that is the dirt.
Shots fired.
KDWB.
Kevin
You can
O'Connell's
save
never
money
coming
on
back.
your carpet cleaning by doing it yourself and getting bad results with that rug monster that they rent down at the grocery store. Or you can save some real money and get zero res quality results. Check this out. For the month of January, Zero Res is doing their biggest and best sale of the year, 24% off all services. That's everything from carpet cleaning to air duct cleaning to your dryer vent, all of those things. Zero Res doing it during the month of January for 24% off of everything. I've been using Zero Res for years because I'm accident prone and I spill things.